MotorWeek is made possible by TireRack.com and RockAuto.com.
Pouring through the pages of books like this is a great way for most people to learn about the history of Porsche. But I'm more of a physical learner, and that's why we're here at Sonoma Raceway with some very special Porsche Museum cars to get some driving history. Alex, we have two iconic cars right here from the Porsche Museum. Could you please tell me about them?
Yeah, you're right. Let us start with the white one. This is a 356 American Roadster built in 1953 as one of only 17 cars ever built. So, and the car was ordered in a very specific lightweight version. So you see, we have no wipers at the windshield. We actually do not even have indicators in front of the car. Even the door handles are missing.
Despite its simplicity and small stature, this 356 is intimidating to approach, considering it's worth about $4 million. But after starting it, my apprehension dissolves away. The 356 sports a rear-mounted 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine with 70 horsepower. That's 400 ponies shy of the 992.2 Speedster released in 2019. But horsepower is the last thing on my mind driving this car. My next ride is another rare bird, built in 1964, not as a Porsche 911, but a 901.
So it was the October 22nd when Ferry Porsche decided to rename the car from 901 to 911. And we figured out that exactly at that date, 3 cars were built that day, and that was the third of the 3 cars.
While a razor-sharp eye could spot a 901, the air-cooled flat 6 still puts out the same 130 horsepower. I never got close to the car's limits, but I'm humbled just thinking of the lunatics who did. The 911 is still Porsche's core model, but that may not be the case if it weren't for the 959. A technological marvel for the 80s, Porsche lost money on each example it sold, but it did perpetuate the 911 and eventually laid the groundwork for this 996 GT3.
First generation water-cooled 911, first generation GT3, race-inspired, as pure of a driving experience as you could have in a GT3. There's a lot of cars that can put big numbers up for one lap or one run through the slalom, but what I pride myself in talking about Porsches is just how much punishment they can take. It's race-inspired heritage.
Of course, Porsche brought along some of that racing inspiration, the legendary 917. And while it was understandably off-limits to me, the 1970 24 Hours of Le Mans winner Richard Atwood was there to recount his experience.
To drive it, initially, very difficult. After that first year, it became a totally normal car. Very straightforward, well balanced, easy to drive. First year, 69, not quite the same story. But Porsche were determined to get it right. They did, as with most things.
We've driven nearly 70 years of Porsche history today, and the one common thread is the uncompromising commitment to performance. And even as power sources are evolving, one thing's for sure, a Porsche will always be a Porsche.